Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Allison Cruz, and I am pleased to welcome you back to Majora's Mask. For the 3DS previously, we had just entered and conquered the Great Bay Temple, and it took a little bit longer than I would have liked, but we still have an entire day to tie up loose ends around this part of the world, and I say we go ahead and get started because there are a lot of things to do. So entering Zelda Hall after completing Great Bay Temple, Lulu will have regained consciousness back to her regular self, and that's always good business for us. We can head over here and speak to them and have ourselves joyous conversations with, you know, the illustrious members of the Indiegogos, which, you know, anybody would want to do, but for whatever reason, nobody is. Pleased to meet you. I'm Lulu. Come to our concert in town. Alright, thank you. Thank you for advertising your band. Pretty well right there. We've kept you waiting just a little bit longer. We'll play our hot sound for you, so you can talk to all of these guys. And of course, the drummer is going to be doing what every single drummer does on stage when nobody is playing. And that's just playing the shit out of his drums maniacally, without any rhyme or reason. I'll give you one later, I'm too busy being... I almost said Pert Nimoy, but that wouldn't have made any sense. I've written a great song, so just... Alright, fine, I'll be patient. Now, I think I mentioned a little while back that... you can use the Scarecrow song in here, but it's kind of pointless because there's almost no real rhyme or reason as to why they would put it up there, because you could just climb up this irregular ass slant here, this hill, this incline. You can get up here regularly and you'll see a bunch of Zoras ready for the dress rehearsal. Good for them. But if you wanted to, you can Scarecrow your way up here, which is very unusual. So these guys, they seem so stoked to be up here. I mean, look at this guy. He's just so excited with that somber look in his face. He's like, yeah, I really want to be here. Yeah, so, rehearsal's about to start. This is so exciting. I mean, they're gonna have their concert in like 24 hours, but still, this is so much more better. All right, cool. You know, you can actually watch this from everywhere. This area is completely designed around their stage there. Anyway, for whatever reason, in this dark, damp, moist, wet cave that's also very cold, they have a couple of torches here that don't like being lit up all the way. Apparently they're going to be playing a couple of Fall Out Boy covers, and nobody has agreed to that. But when we light up these 4 torches over here, well, it's kind of, ooh, delayed light there. It actually lights the torches on the stage, which is really interesting. So it does nothing at all, but we can go ahead and enjoy. Whoa, 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 okay, I've not pressed anything. Alright, thank you there, Mikal, for being a maverick. Now that Lulu is back with her voice, we can now finally do band rehearsal, because without the lead singer, God forbid, anybody should be able to play in a band. Oh, that's good that you came back. I'm surprised when my voice turned that lonely island into... No, an island did not turn into a turtle. That was just the drugs that the scientists at the Research Marine Facilities Center gave you to help you out because of the trauma from having your children stolen from you by Gerudo pirates. Her room was savaged, viciously taken from her. So it's like, you know what, you're gonna need like 8 doses of Xanax, some Rehypnol, you gotta need all of this. So yeah, that was just the pills, honey. Well, the town's concert is very soon, so let's start a rehearsal. Let's do it indeed. So that was pretty solid. They vastly underutilized the drummer during that song, but overall, that was a pretty good rendition, especially considering that's the first time they've all played it together. That song Evan wrote sounds just like the one we played at our jam session, doesn't it? Yeah, about that, good sir. You stole my song. I still have a patent pending on that, man. So for whatever reason, they rocked the house so hard that it ended up blowing out all of these torches. And what's funny, Tattle is being really obnoxious right now. But if you had summoned the Scarecrow, for some reason, it would actually have disappeared after having played that song. So it's kind of weird that we rocked its socks off so hard it decided to piss off back to Clocktown. but that's alright. Zelda Hall is completed. There's nothing else we really need to do here, so let's leave. Also, I don't think I really mentioned this, but this Zora Hall area is actually shaped like Jabu Jabu, which is interesting. Stupid skeleton fish. You can't really see it from here. Maybe we'll get to a better vantage point, but oh, I'm so sick of these things. You would think that these wouldn't be in the water anymore, but apparently they live forever. All right, let's see if we can do this. Let's see if we can do this. We have to head to the Great Fairies, and ooh, okay, I bounced off that. Gave myself a concussion as a Zora. That's not good. All right, there we go. Ooh, get out of here. Don't touch me, fool. Do you know who I am? I am the Great Zora, ambassador for the Indigogos. Okay, but now that we've collected all the stray fairies, we can now return back to the Great Fairies Shrine and get one of the best rewards we could possibly get. Actually, that would probably be the double magic, in all honesty. And I don't know, this one is actually kind of the worst. Now that I think about it, I don't know why I said it was the best. It doesn't really help all that much. But we bring all of these stray virgin fairies to their master, and it turns her into, yeah, the purple fabulous great fairy. Oh god. Oh, young courageous one, I'm the great fairy of courage. Thank you for returning my broken and shattered body to normal. Thanks, I shall lend you my strength. So, kind of interesting. Why would this fairy of courage allow us the elements of strength in order to increase our defense? Yeah, that's kind of weird, isn't it? But with that, hooray, your defensive strengthened. Enemies now do half as much damage as before. Actually, that doesn't make sense. They still do the same amount of damage. You just take half as much damage. See? Do you see how that works? So, with the Great Fairy of the Ocean now here, we've restored her, and we are all done. Come see me whenever you are overcome by weariness. Alright, see ya. Thanks for your help. I appreciate it. Oh, boy. So, that was some pretty decent business, I would say. And now we have the white outline around our hearts, which I love, because it just reminds me so much of, I don't know, of just Ocarina of Time, how at the very end of the game, that's when you would get that buff, and it was so good. And I enjoyed it a lot, so it's just always a good thing, because it reminds me of the end of the game. And not that that's a bad thing, but I just like beating games and getting to the end of them because it's so satisfying and good and great. So anyway, we're done with Zora Cape. Let's head off to Great Bay Coast to finish one more thing. We can't do much inside of the spider house here, but we'll be doing that, well, you know, next time we restore time, obviously. So we'll hold off on that for now because it actually does need to be the first day for us to do our business there. However, once we've beaten Great Bay Temple, there's going to be a bit of a side quest available for us, or a mini mission, or whatever you want to call it. A game that we can play. So, Fisherman's Jumping Game. Please ride the boat to the Fisherman's Island to inquire about playing some mysterious game by the perverted fisherman that is animal abusive towards sea fish. No, no you don't. Nope, no you don't. Oh. Okay, that was dumb how it just left without me. Thanks, buddy. You're great. The sentient boat just does not want us to play our game, apparently. It's like, no, you're better than that. You don't have to do it. Okay. But it's kind of an asshole boat because not only does it take off without any passengers, it doesn't stop. When you get near, you actually need to hookshot your way up to here. So let's just do that and hope we make it. Perfect. I was really close to impaling this guy in the face with his own hookshot. But that's just par for the course, I guess. Let's go talk to him. Now that the seas are back to normal, I've started a little business aimed at tourists. Yes, I have sold out because I am unable to care for myself by killing fish and putting them on sale. Turns out people don't like museums where fish are held in captivity. Alright, so if we're up to it, go to the island in the center. So, ooh, okay. I'm starting to get some slowdown on my computer. No, please don't do that game. I don't think it's on my... I can't really tell, because you have to, like, look up. Yeah, it's my computer. Sorry. Stop that game. I have, like, nothing else running either. Oh, you're up for it. I'll explain the rules, so listen carefully. Okay, so he's gonna light the torches on each island, basically jump to each one of them whenever it lights up, and then it's all good. You get a point, you get 20 points, and you're good, but you have 2 minutes. Okay, just give me 1 second, because this is scaring me. I'm gonna need to restart this, and I have nothing else really on my computer, except, well, I guess Firefox is like sentiently open. Okay, just give me 1 second. Upgrading to Windows 10 has literally been the worst thing I have ever done. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and give it a shot and hope that we don't mess up. I think when I played this on the N64 version on the channel, because spoilers, I have LP'd this game. This was like, oh my god, my second LP, and I think I had the bunny hood. And I think that worked out fairly decently. Oh my god, Link, quit with your flips, you're throwing me off, man. Okay, so the lag is fixed just by resetting it, so I guess that works. But basically, just for 2 minutes, you gotta sit here, and I think my highest score is actually 40, and that was a while back, so oh, don't fall off. So if you fall off, you have to start over, but you don't have to take that sentient boat over. Oh god, it's so weird. So shall I just meet you guys in just a moment so I don't accidentally fall off while commentating? Because that would be nice, right? Not falling off? Ooh, okay. Okay. And with that, that's it. I got 34, which is actually kind of high considering that first minute was really bad. Oh, that was a little too easy. Oh, well, here's your prize. And for having done the Seafarer's Challenge and having smoked that score into the ground, well, our prize was diminished greatly by the lack of a surprise. We got ourselves a piece of heart, ladies and gentlemen. That's apparently just our first one. But you know what? That's alright, because we've got quite a ways to go for doing things. I was thinking of saving up to buy a big ship. Now looks like I may go big. I just gave you 20 rupees, dude. Anyway, now we're recording his name as the fisherman into our notebook. Not because he was holding a seahorse hostage. No, it's because he's playing a tourist game. Okay. Alright, so now that that's done, there are many things we can do here. Now, my main objective here is to complete most of what we can do post Great Bay on this final day before doing anything else. But I say first, let's head to the southern swamp, shall we? Now, this might seem like kind of a weird, off the beaten path kind of thing, but because we have spring returning to the mountains, because I did that off screen, spring has returned to the mountains, and that means we can corral up all of the lovely little frogs, I guess, to join them. And that's why I have the Mask of Don Giro being donned right now, and that's going to be good stuff. So if we really wanted to, we could switch to a Deku to make this go a little bit faster, but Mikau's a little bit too tall, so you're basically running if you're in here, so I just would prefer to just swim. It's been a while since we've swam as our own young child self. It's interesting. It's very interesting.